Have you ever felt something stirring inside you, like an invisible force whispering that it's time to move differently? Chosen one, this message has found you at the perfect moment, because your next move is not ordinary, it's divine. The people around you may not see what's happening, but heaven has already rearranged things in your favor. There's a reason you've been feeling distant, quiet, and ready to shift. It's not confusion, it's divine strategy. This is the season where God is aligning you with destiny, and when you finally take that next step, it will shock everyone who underestimated you. The energy around you is changing, and this message is your confirmation. Comment 777 if you can feel that something powerful is about to unfold. This word isn't random, it's sent straight to your spirit. So listen carefully, because your next move will not only transform your life, but reveal who you truly are. Subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, tap the bell icon, and share this with another chosen one who needs to hear this. Stay with me. What's coming next will explain exactly why your next move will shake the atmosphere and silence every doubt that was ever spoken against you. The silent strategy of God. Chosen one, listen closely. Because what feels like delay is often divine design. You may think you've been forgotten, overlooked, or left behind, but what's really happening is that heaven has placed you in a secret season of strategy. God doesn't move loud, he moves with purpose. The most powerful transitions are never announced. Think about a seed buried beneath the soil. It looks like death from the surface, but underground, something sacred is unfolding. In silence, it grows roots strong enough to carry the weight of its future. That's you right now. God is developing you in private, so you can't be destroyed in public. People won't understand your silence. They'll question why you've withdrawn, why your energy feels different, why you're no longer trying to explain yourself. But you're not being distant out of pride. You're being hidden for preparation. Heaven protects strategy through secrecy. When you are chosen, not everyone gets access to your process. Your next move is being coded in divine mystery, because revelation before time invites resistance before purpose. God knows who should see you and who shouldn't. That's why doors are closing, connections are fading, and conversations feel empty. It's part of his shielding. You see, when God sets a chosen soul apart, it's never to punish them, it's to prepare them. He isolates to insulate. Your silence confuses people because they measure progress by noise, but heaven measures it by alignment. There's a sacred wisdom in knowing when to stay still, when to move without announcement, when to disappear to grow. You are not being lazy or lost. You are being spiritually recalibrated for precision. Every delay, every pause, every hidden moment is divine engineering shaping your destiny with accuracy. Understand this, the enemy always tries to interrupt what he can predict. If the adversary can see your plan, he can plot against it. That's why God keeps you unpredictable. You're not quiet for no reason. You're silent because your spirit is in sync with heaven's clock. You've entered the phase where instructions come directly from above, not from the opinions of people. You're being trained to hear God's whisper louder than human applause. Chosen one, you've been feeling disconnected because you're being redirected. You've been feeling misunderstood because the language of destiny is not common. Don't let loneliness fool you into believing you're off track. You're just in the corridor between prophecy and manifestation. This is where the divine strategy unfolds. This is where heaven reorders your path. You might not see the full picture yet, but your obedience in silence is part of the victory plan. When God hides you, it's never for long. It's just long enough for transformation. A butterfly's wings are formed in darkness before it ever flies in daylight. Likewise, your wings are being shaped in obscurity, away from noise, away from judgment, away from distraction. When the time is right, God Himself will reveal what He has been crafting in you. The people who doubted your silence will witness the strength of your strategy. They'll realize your stillness wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. Stay silent when your spirit tells you to. Move only when heaven says move. There is no need to prove or explain what God is already validating in secret. You are not behind. You are being positioned. And when you finally take your next step, it will make sense why nothing before worked out the way you wanted. It wasn't failure, it was formation. Remember this: divine strategy never rushes, never repeats, never reveals too soon. Your next move will shock everyone because it was written in heaven before they ever saw it coming. When destiny calls for a shift, chosen one, there comes a point in your journey when your soul starts whispering, "It's time." You can't quite explain it to anyone, not even to yourself, but something inside you knows the season has changed. The same places no longer feel right. The same conversations no longer feed your spirit. The same habits that once comforted you now feel heavy. This is the voice of destiny calling for a shift. You've outgrown what used to sustain you, and that restlessness you feel is not confusion, it's confirmation. It's heaven nudging you to move differently, to step away from what's familiar and toward what's divinely assigned. You see, destiny never arrives politely. It disrupts your comfort, shakes your plans, and rearranges your priorities until you're forced to align with your true purpose. You might wake up one morning feeling like everything around you has changed overnight, but in truth, it's you who has changed. The frequency of your soul has elevated, and now the things that once matched your vibration can no longer hold you. That inner pull you've been feeling lately, it's not anxiety, it's activation. Your spirit is being awakened to move where logic fears to go. Many chosen ones resist this moment because they fear what they'll lose. But understand this: when destiny calls, what's meant to stay will evolve, and what's not will dissolve. You're not being punished, you're being prepared for promotion. The divine doesn't remove people or situations to harm you. It removes what no longer serves your next level. Don't mourn closed doors. Some closures are coded blessings, saving you from circles that can't handle your expansion. Every chosen one experiences this moment of divine agitation, a spiritual shaking that makes standing still impossible. You may try to fit back into old spaces, but suddenly they feel too small, too noisy, too shallow. That's your spirit signaling that elevation requires separation. You cannot carry old weight into a new dimension. Some relationships, some environments, and even some habits must be left behind because they can't breathe at the altitude you're about to reach. Chosen one, destiny doesn't knock twice. It calls once, and if you answer, everything shifts. You'll notice synchronicities, numbers repeating, dreams intensifying, unexpected messages confirming what you already feel inside. These are divine reminders that you're not imagining this change. It's real and it's orchestrated. You might not have all the answers, but faith doesn't require sight. It requires movement. God won't reveal the full staircase. He'll show you the first step. Your job is to take it boldly. Right now, heaven is rearranging your path. You're not losing control, you're aligning with it. Every detour, delay, and disruption you've faced has been recalibrating your journey toward purpose. What looks like uncertainty is actually the unfolding of divine timing. You've entered a chapter where hesitation will cost you more than risk. This is your call to trust the unknown. If you've been feeling that quiet inner shift, comment 333, because that's the frequency of divine confirmation. Don't look back to seek validation from those who can't see your vision. Some people were never meant to understand your calling because they were only assigned to your past. Stop explaining moves that are meant to be witnessed, not discussed. When destiny calls, silence becomes your strategy and obedience becomes your weapon. Your next move will shock them because they expected you to stay where you were broken. But God never leaves his chosen in the same place they were wounded. You are stepping into a dimension where every lesson you've learned now becomes your strength. The tears, the trials, the nights of questioning, they were all training. Heaven doesn't waste pain, it converts it into purpose. And now, that divine restlessness you feel is heaven whispering, it's time. Don't ignore it. You're not being impulsive, you're being instructed. The shift is not coming, it has already begun. Your alignment is happening in real time. This is your moment to move, and when you do, the world won't see it coming. But heaven already has it written. The revelation that others won't see, chosen one, not everyone around you will understand what God is doing in your life right now. You might try to explain your next move, your silence, your sudden decisions, but their eyes won't see it, their ears won't hear it, and their hearts won't feel it. That's because revelation is selective. God reveals destiny in private, but manifests it in public. The people who can't discern your shift are not meant to. They still see you based on who you were, not who you're becoming. They recognize your past version, but not your evolving one. To them, your silence looks like confusion, your stillness looks like weakness, and your obedience looks like rebellion. But heaven knows the truth. You're moving with divine precision that can't be understood through human logic. When Joseph shared his dream too early, he was betrayed. When Jesus revealed his purpose too soon, they plotted against him. When Moses stepped out in obedience, even his own people doubted. Chosen one, history repeats because revelation always offends those not ready to see it. You're not crazy for feeling unseen. You're just being protected from premature exposure. God has hidden you in plain sight, not because you're unworthy, but because your revelation carries power that can't be diluted by opinions. The reason some people suddenly grew distant or started misunderstanding your energy is that they can't spiritually decode what heaven is downloading into you. Your transformation threatens their comfort. They were comfortable with your old self, the version that doubted, that explained, that needed their validation. But this new version moves by revelation, not reassurance. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right. You've evolved. You're no longer functioning from emotion, you're moving from divine instruction. Understand this, God is not revealing everything at once for a reason. Some truths are too powerful for premature release. Revelation without maturity can destroy destiny. That's why you've been going through lessons that seem repetitive. Every test you've faced was preparing your spirit to handle the weight of what's coming. You prayed for elevation, but revelation is the true elevation. It's what separates the awakened from the asleep. God doesn't just bless you with visibility, He blesses you with vision. Chosen one, when people misjudge you, don't rush to defend yourself. Let your growth speak when the time is right. The revelation you carry doesn't need explanation. It needs manifestation. The same people who doubted you will one day watch what God does through you and won't be able to deny His hand upon your life. Your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered, not because you promoted yourself, but because heaven is positioning you. Every sleepless night, every unanswered question, every season of isolation, it was all part of your unveiling. You had to be misunderstood to be set apart. You had to be overlooked to be overprepared. The revelation you carry is not small, it's generational. It's meant to shift atmospheres, to break cycles, to awaken others through your obedience. That's why it feels heavy, because it's holy. So don't get discouraged when people don't see what you see. You're walking by faith, not by sight, and most people live the other way around. Your revelation is your responsibility. It's not for validation. Protect it until it matures. Water it in silence. Let it grow roots in private before you display the fruit in public. And when the moment comes, your revelation will reveal itself through your results. Chosen one, this is why your next move will shock everyone. It's not impulsive, it's prophetic. What's been hidden in you is about to surface in divine timing. The very people who underestimated your silence will be left speechless when God unveils what He was building through you. Stay grounded, stay silent, stay faithful. Your revelation is rising, and soon the world will see what heaven already knows. You were chosen for this. Divine preparation in disguise. Chosen one, every closed door, every delay, every painful waiting season was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. God hides preparation inside what looks like disappointment. He disguises destiny behind detours so that only the faithful can find it. You've been praying for elevation, but what you didn't realize is that heaven has been answering through pressure. The struggle wasn't punishment, it was refinement. God was stretching you, strengthening you, and shaping you in ways you didn't understand. He was preparing you privately so that when He reveals you publicly, you won't collapse under the weight of what you asked for. Every divine calling comes wrapped in discomfort. When it feels like nothing is moving, that's when heaven is the most active behind the scenes. The delay was never denial, it was divine preparation. God slowed you down to speed you up later. He isolated you so you could hear His voice clearly. He removed certain people because their presence would have polluted your progress. It hurt, yes, but that pain was proof that purpose was unfolding. Your tears were not wasted. They were watering the soil for your next season. Sometimes the blessings of God don't look like blessings at all. They come disguised as endings, failures, or rejection. But the chosen learn to see differently. You begin to recognize that every rejection redirected you towards something better. The relationship that ended freed your heart for divine partnership. The job you lost created space for your purpose to be born. The opportunity that slipped away was never meant for the version of you that's now awakening. What felt like loss was actually leverage. God was positioning you, not punishing you. You see, chosen one, divine preparation requires hidden seasons. You can't build strength without resistance. You can't carry revelation without solitude. Just like gold must pass through fire before it shines, your spirit had to be purified by trials so that you could handle the light waiting ahead. It wasn't supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be eternal. You were being trained for spiritual mastery, not momentary success. During this preparation, you probably questioned why your efforts seemed invisible. You gave your best, yet no one noticed. You spoke truth, but no one listened. You prayed, but heaven felt silent. That silence wasn't absence, it was observation. God was watching how you handled stillness, how you responded to being unseen. Because what you do in obscurity determines what you can handle in visibility. The weight of destiny is too heavy for the unprepared. That's why He made you wait. When you're being prepared, you often look foolish to those around you. They can't understand why you're staying patient, why you haven't given up, why you still believe after everything. But they don't see what heaven has written. God is teaching you endurance, emotional balance, and spiritual discernment, all in disguise. You're learning when to move, when to be quiet, and when to trust, even when the outcome makes no sense. These are divine lessons that can't be taught by comfort. Chosen one, your next move is being birthed in this exact place, the place that felt like delay. Every trial you faced carried training inside it. Every time you felt stuck, you were actually being refined. You weren't being buried, you were being planted. The pressure was proof of your preparation, and soon what's been hidden beneath the soil of struggle will burst forth in divine revelation. When God finally unveils you, it won't make sense to the world how you rose so fast. They won't understand that your quick manifestation came from years of quiet preparation. They'll think it happened overnight, but you'll know the truth. It was heaven's timing all along. So don't despise the waiting season. Don't curse the delays. They are divine disguises, protecting your preparation until your appointed time. Because when that time comes, your next move won't just surprise people. It will silence doubt and prove that every hidden moment was holy. The power of unpredictability, chosen one. One of the greatest weapons God gives his chosen is unpredictability. The enemy can only attack what he can anticipate, and that's why heaven has been making your steps hard to read. People thought they had you figured out. They assumed you'd move the same way, react the same way, repeat the same patterns. But you've entered a divine shift where your movements are no longer predictable because they're directed by revelation. Every time they expect you to fall, you rise differently. Every time they think they've mapped your next move, God changes the direction and rewrites the outcome. You are no longer functioning on logic. You're operating on divine instruction. Unpredictability is not confusion, it's protection. God has made you spiritually stealthy for a reason. In this season, your silence is not weakness, and your unpredictability is not instability. It's divine intelligence. You are being guided by a strategy that can't be decoded by human understanding. Even you don't know all the details, because if you did, you might reveal them too early. Heaven only gives you the next step, not the entire map, because the mystery keeps you covered. You are not meant to be understood by everyone. You are meant to surprise the atmosphere with purpose. There's a reason God keeps rerouting you. You planned one thing and suddenly a door closes. You think you're ready for something and it gets delayed. That's not random, it's divine redirection. The chosen can't move by assumption, they must move by revelation. Every pause, every shift, every sudden change of direction is heaven's way of keeping your purpose hidden from premature attack. The enemy can't destroy what he can't detect. Your unpredictability is your shield. Chosen one, unpredictability makes your growth unstoppable. It keeps your enemies guessing and your destiny protected. The ones who thought they had you figured out will soon be confused by your elevation because it will come from places no one expected. While they're watching one door, God will open another behind them. While they're trying to track your moves, heaven will transport you spiritually to a level beyond their reach. Your life is becoming the definition of divine surprise. You are walking proof that God doesn't need permission to change a story. Understand this: predictable patterns attract predictable warfare. When you become consistent in habits that keep you small, the enemy knows exactly where to strike. But when you become led by the Spirit, your steps become unpredictable, your growth unstoppable, and your influence untouchable. That's why God has been teaching you discernment: when to speak, when to stay quiet, when to move, and when to disappear completely. You're learning spiritual timing. You're no longer rushing. You're moving in rhythm with revelation. This unpredictability will not only confuse your enemies, but also awaken those meant to follow your example. Your next move will be a divine shockwave. It will show people that obedience to God doesn't follow human logic. It defies it. You're about to make moves that make no sense to the world but perfect sense to heaven. You'll walk away from things people chase. You'll choose peace over popularity, purpose over approval. And that's exactly what will make you unstoppable. Chosen one, don't explain your movements. Let your results speak. You don't owe anyone a map of your destiny. The power of being unpredictable is that no one can sabotage what they can't see coming. Stay silent, stay humble, and stay spiritually alert. The world moves in patterns, but God's chosen move in prophecy. When you step next, it won't just surprise your enemies, it will announce your elevation. This is your divine advantage. You were never meant to fit predictable molds. You were born to shift timelines, to change direction when heaven commands, to move like the wind, felt but not captured, seen but not stopped. So don't fear being misunderstood. Don't apologize for being unpredictable. That's the mark of those who walk with God. Your next move will shock everyone because it's not random. It's revelation. It's not planned. It's prophetic. And those who thought they could trace your steps will soon realize that heaven has been guiding every one of them. The transformation that shifts reality. Chosen one. Transformation is not just a change in behavior. It's a shift in being. It's the moment your inner world realigns with divine truth so deeply that your outer world has no choice but to follow. You are not who you were yesterday. You may look the same, but something inside you has awakened. What used to drain you no longer touches you. What used to define you no longer fits. This is not a small shift. It's a total spiritual metamorphosis. Heaven has been rebuilding you from the inside out. That's why you've been feeling detached from the old you. That version no longer exists. Transformation begins in silence, in moments where no one sees the war between who you were and who you're becoming. It's the inner conflict that breaks down illusions and reveals truth. You start noticing that things you once tolerated now feel toxic, that environments you once loved now feel heavy. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. You've risen in vibration, and your spirit refuses to settle where it no longer belongs. God is renewing your mind, detoxing your soul, and refining your energy so you can carry His glory without distortion. You've been purged of patterns, purified through pain, and positioned for power. Chosen one, don't resist this transformation. It may feel lonely because not everyone is meant to evolve with you. Some people were sent to your past, not your future. It's okay to release them with peace. When God transforms you, He detaches you from what cannot sustain your new identity. Old voices may call you back, but you've outgrown their frequency. You are now walking in alignment with divine purpose, and that demands clarity, not clutter. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens through surrender. Every time you let go of fear, your spirit expands. Every time you forgive, your heart heals. Every time you choose stillness over reaction, your discernment sharpens. You are being molded into a vessel that carries presence, not pressure. God is stripping away everything false, so your true self can rise, the version of you that walks in authority, speaks in wisdom, and radiates peace. People around you might say, "You've changed." Smile when they say that, because it means the transformation is visible. What they don't realize is that this version of you was always inside, hidden under survival, waiting for revelation. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you were before the world tried to define you. This transformation is not cosmetic, it's cosmic. It shifts how reality responds to you. Energy aligns differently, opportunities flow differently. Even time bends differently when you move in purpose. You'll notice blessings arriving faster, synchronicities multiplying, and doors opening that you never knocked on. That's what happens when inner alignment meets divine timing. Heaven begins to rearrange the physical realm to match your spiritual growth. The people meant for this version of you will recognize your energy instantly. They'll feel peace when you speak, power when you move, and light when you enter a room. You won't have to prove who you are. Your presence will declare it. Chosen one, your transformation carries assignment. You're not just evolving for yourself, you're evolving for every life connected to your obedience. There are people waiting to be inspired by your renewal, to find healing through your courage, to awaken through your example. That's why your transformation had to be so deep. It's preparing you to lead by embodiment, not just words. You are becoming a living revelation of what divine change looks like. Don't rush this process. Don't try to explain it, just allow it. Every shedding, every silence, every sudden clarity is part of the unfolding. When you emerge fully, it won't be a soft arrival. It will be a divine announcement. You will walk differently, think differently, and attract differently because you are different. And those who once doubted your endurance will witness your elevation. This is the transformation that shifts reality, the one that can't be undone. Heaven has restructured your spirit, refined your purpose, and rewritten your future. The world hasn't seen this version of you yet, but it's coming. And when you step into the light, everything around you will shift to match the magnitude of who you've become. The divine reveal. When God exposes your next level. Chosen one, every hidden season leads to one divine moment, revelation. That moment when what God has been building in the dark bursts into the light. When the prayers, the silence, and the discipline begin to manifest into visible glory. You are entering that season now. Heaven has completed something within you, and the unveiling is near. It won't be subtle. It will be undeniable. Those who once ignored you will suddenly notice you, not because you've changed your approach, but because God has changed your atmosphere. This is not about being seen, it's about being revealed. For so long, you've walked faithfully with little recognition. You've carried wisdom quietly, served humbly, and obeyed instructions that made no sense to anyone else. But what you didn't realize is that every hidden act of obedience was being recorded in heaven. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every tear, every delay, every act of faith became a seed in the soil of time. And now, the divine reveal is your harvest. God is about to make public what He prepared in private. You won't need to announce it, heaven will. This revelation won't look like a sudden miracle. It will look like everything aligning effortlessly, the right people, the right timing, the right doors. It will appear overnight, but it's been years in the making. When the divine reveal happens, you'll realize that every rejection was redirection, every closed door was divine choreography, every heartbreak was necessary for your humility. God didn't deny you. He was preserving your purity until you could handle His promise without pride. Chosen one, your next level is not just about elevation, it's about evidence. Evidence that obedience produces miracles. Evidence that silence carries strength. Evidence that faith always wins. The divine reveal is not a performance, it's a proclamation. It's heaven saying, "This is my chosen servant, the one I have refined, the one who didn't quit." When God reveals you, He doesn't just show the world what you've done. He shows them what He's done through you. You won't have to defend yourself anymore. The same people who doubted your calling will witness your confirmation. The same voices that spoke against you will be silenced by your success. This is not revenge, it's revelation. God doesn't embarrass your enemies, He educates them. He uses your elevation as a teaching moment to show that faith cannot fail when it's rooted in obedience. That's why you couldn't skip the process. You had to be refined so your reveal would glorify Him, not your ego. When this unveiling happens, don't shrink to make others comfortable. You are not stealing the spotlight. You are the spotlight heaven prepared. You are not being prideful by standing tall. You are honoring the God who carried you through the fire and brought you out gold. Walk boldly into this next level with gratitude and authority. The light that shines on you now is not man-made, it's divine illumination. And understand this, the divine reveal doesn't just show the world who you are, it activates your next mission. This new level requires new responsibility. You'll notice that your circle gets smaller again, your discernment sharper, and your instructions heavier. That's not regression, it's refinement. Every time God reveals you, He also reassigns you. The light exposes both purpose and pressure, and you must carry both with grace. Chosen one, Your reveal will be sudden but sacred. It will silence doubt, shock observers, and shift atmospheres. When people ask, "How did this happen so fast?" you'll know it wasn't speed, it was timing. You waited, you trusted, you endured, and now heaven is saying, "Show them what I've built." The divine reveal is not coming, it's already unfolding. So stand ready, stay grounded, and keep your spirit open. The next level is not a dream anymore, it's reality manifesting right before your eyes. And when it does, every soul who ever crossed paths with you will know, this was never luck. This was the hand of God unveiling his masterpiece. The awakening and responsibility. Chosen one. When God awakens you, the world will never feel the same again. What once seemed normal will now feel shallow. What once excited you will now bore you. What once broke you will now strengthen you. This is the essence of awakening. It is a sacred disruption, a divine interruption of everything you thought you knew about yourself and your purpose. It is the moment when illusion fades and truth stands tall. You start to see through spiritual eyes, and suddenly, what others call coincidence, you recognize as divine orchestration. Nothing in your life has been random. Every heartbreak, every silence, every unanswered prayer was a deliberate act of heaven preparing you for this awakening. You have been reborn in awareness. You are no longer just existing, you are perceiving. You feel things deeper, you discern quicker, and you understand that not every battle is physical. The more you awaken, the more you realize that life was never about comfort. It was about calling. This realization can be both beautiful and heavy, because awakening doesn't come with applause. It comes with assignment. It's the point where God whispers, "Now that you know, what will you do with what I've shown you?" Awakening begins with clarity, but it ends with responsibility. God doesn't open your spiritual eyes so you can just see. He opens them so you can serve. You were chosen not to observe the world's darkness, but to bring light into it. Every revelation you've received was given to awaken others still trapped in confusion. The chosen are not meant to sit in comfort. They are meant to carry the weight of awareness. To see what others can't see is both a blessing and a burden. It means you can no longer live ignorantly. You must live intentionally. Every word, every decision, every move now carries purpose. Chosen one, this awakening will separate you from many. You'll notice that people who once felt close will start to drift away, not because they're evil, but because they can't follow where your spirit is going. You are operating at a higher vibration now. Some will call you distant, others will call you proud. But what they don't understand is that spiritual elevation requires sacred distance. God has positioned you as a vessel of divine influence, and He cannot afford to let your energy be contaminated by old conversations or idle distractions. The more you awaken, the quieter you'll become, not out of arrogance but out of reverence. But awakening is not just separation, it's also connection. You'll start attracting souls who carry the same light, people who speak the same spiritual language. Conversations will start flowing with depth, not drama. You'll find peace in purpose and alignment in silence. These connections are heaven-sent. They are part of your divine network, the people who will walk with you into your next assignment. Together, you'll awaken others, spreading light where darkness once ruled. This is how the kingdom expands, not through loudness, but through alignment. Responsibility, however, is the proof of awakening. It's easy to talk about light, but harder to be it when the world tests your peace. There will be moments when you'll want to respond with anger, when your old self will try to resurrect in defense. But your awakening demands discipline. You can't fight every battle the same way anymore. Your energy is sacred. Your peace is your power. You must choose your responses wisely because your actions now teach others how to walk in awareness. Every time you choose silence over chaos, forgiveness over revenge, grace over gossip, heaven expands through you. You become a living sermon. The awakened carry invisible crowns. You walk through storms without crumbling because you know every trial is a test of endurance. You face spiritual attacks and still smile because you recognize them as proof of your anointing. The greater the assignment, the stronger the opposition. But the chosen never lose. You've already been equipped with everything you need to overcome. That's why the weight on your shoulders feels heavy. It's not punishment, it's preparation for leadership. The awakened don't run from responsibility, they rise into it. Your awakening also means accountability. You can't go back to old habits, old excuses, or old patterns. You've seen too much truth to live in denial. God will start convicting you faster because He expects more from those who carry revelation. The same mistakes that others get away with will no longer sit right with your spirit. You'll feel discomfort in places where you once felt peace because your frequency has shifted. This is how heaven refines its soldiers, not through comfort, but through conviction. Chosen one, understand that awakening will test your humility. It's easy to feel elevated when you see deeper than others, but remember, awareness without compassion becomes arrogance. You are not awakened to look down on others. You are awakened to lift them. Your purpose is not to prove you're chosen, but to demonstrate what divine transformation looks like through kindness, wisdom, and love. A true spiritual teacher doesn't shout from mountains, they heal in silence. Be that presence. Let your energy teach before your words ever do. Responsibility also means stewardship over your gift. Every chosen one carries a unique ability. Some speak truth, some heal, some create, some intercede. But all serve the same source. Your awakening will amplify your gifts. You'll start noticing that your intuition sharpens, your discernment grows stronger, your creativity becomes prophetic. Don't suppress these gifts, nurture them. God didn't give you these abilities for entertainment. He gave them for elevation. Your gifts are the tools heaven uses to awaken others through you. Use them boldly but wisely. This new awareness also requires discipline over your mind and emotions. You must guard your thoughts because what you think, you create. You must monitor your emotions because what you feel, you attract. As an awakened being, your words carry power. What you speak begins to manifest. Speak life, speak faith, speak light. Don't allow the chaos of the world to dictate your inner peace. You are the thermostat, not the thermometer. You set the atmosphere wherever you go. And yes, chosen one, awakening comes with loneliness. There will be nights when you'll cry not from sadness, but from sacred heaviness. The awareness that you see what others refuse to see. But in that silence, you'll also feel God the strongest. That divine companionship will fill the void that people can't. You'll realize that true intimacy begins with the Creator, and through that connection, you'll never walk alone again. Every quiet night, every tear of surrender, every whisper of prayer, heaven hears it all. The awakened are never abandoned, they're simply hidden among those still sleeping. Responsibility also means understanding influence. Whether you realize it or not, people are watching you. Your consistency, your peace, your faith, they're observing it all. Some will imitate you before they understand you. That's the beauty of divine example. You awaken others without even trying. Your life becomes a reflection of what surrender looks like. So move with intention, live with integrity, be the proof that light always wins. Chosen one, awakening is not a destination, it's a continuous expansion. Each level of awareness reveals another layer of responsibility. You'll start seeing your past with compassion, not regret. You'll begin to thank God even for the pain because now you see the purpose in it. You'll stop chasing validation because you'll realize the only approval that matters is divine alignment. You'll stop seeking peace externally because you'll discover it was within you all along. This is maturity, when your stability no longer depends on circumstance, but on connection. And with this awakening comes a sacred responsibility to protect your peace. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people drain, others distract, and a few will disguise themselves as helpers but carry hidden motives. Use discernment. Protect your space like it's sacred ground, because it is. You're not isolating out of fear, you're safeguarding your frequency. The more you evolve, the less noise you'll tolerate. That silence isn't loneliness, it's alignment. You'll also learn that responsibility means releasing control. Awakening teaches surrender, the realization that you were never meant to control outcomes, only obedience. Your task is to plant seeds, not force harvests. When you trust divine timing, peace replaces panic. You start living in flow instead of fear. You move with rhythm instead of resistance. You realize that everything truly happens for you, not to you. This is the posture of awakened responsibility, trusting the unseen even when the visible looks uncertain. Chosen one. Your awakening is both an invitation and a command. You've been called higher, not for comfort, but for contribution. You are a carrier of light in a world starving for truth. Your next move will shock everyone, not because of its magnitude, but because of its intention. It will come from divine awareness. The world expects reaction, but you'll move with revelation. They expect noise, but you'll move with calm authority. They expect explanation, but you'll move in silence. And that silence will shake the atmosphere. Remember, this awakening isn't just for you, it's through you. You are a lighthouse for others lost in spiritual fog. Some will awaken because they saw how you endured storms without losing peace. Others will awaken because your light exposed what they forgot within themselves. This is your sacred duty, to be a living reminder that God still speaks, still heals, still chooses. So embrace this awakening fully. Let it change how you see, how you speak, how you move. Carry the responsibility with humility, but also with strength. You were not chosen to blend in. You were chosen to stand out as a mirror of heaven's will. And as you continue to walk this path, know this: your awareness is your armor, your peace is your weapon, and your obedience is your crown. You are not just awakened, you are appointed. You are not just chosen, you are commissioned. This is your divine responsibility: to walk in light when the world loves darkness, to stay grounded when storms rage, to love deeply when hate surrounds, and to keep moving forward even when no one understands. The awakened do not chase recognition, they create revelation. You are becoming that revelation. You are becoming the embodiment of divine transformation, divine wisdom, and divine power. So rise, chosen one. Step fully into your awakening and wear your responsibility with grace. The world may not understand your light, but it will never be able to ignore it. Heaven is watching, the earth is shifting, and destiny is unfolding through you. This is your moment to lead, to illuminate, to awaken others. Because your awakening was never just about you. It was heaven's plan to awaken the world through you. The final word, the move that will change everything. Chosen one, you've reached the edge of the divine plan, the moment where revelation turns into reality. Everything that has happened, every tear, every silence, every season of isolation, was heaven preparing you for this move. What's coming next is not just another decision or opportunity, it's a divine turning point. Your next move will not simply shift your circumstances, it will shift your entire identity. It's the moment where what was written about you in the unseen becomes visible to all. This isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving God right. You've spent years being shaped in silence, refined through rejection, and strengthened through surrender. Now, the time has come for you to step into what you were always meant to become. The weight you once carried as pain will now carry you as purpose. The silence that once isolated you will now amplify your voice. You are moving differently because you've become someone different. Heaven has signed off on your next step, and the world will feel its ripple. This move will not be loud, but it will be felt. It will not need explanation, but it will demand attention. The people who once doubted your journey will watch your elevation unfold and realize it was never luck. It was alignment. Every unanswered prayer, every delay, every heartbreak was perfectly calculated to prepare you for this very moment. God doesn't move fast. He moves precise. And right now, His precision is positioning you for impact. Chosen one, don't underestimate what's about to happen. You may not see the full staircase, but your obedience is the first step into destiny. This move will unlock everything that's been waiting for you: peace, provision, purpose, and power. You are about to experience what happens when divine timing meets divine readiness. The doors that once resisted you will now open effortlessly. The resources that seemed out of reach will start finding you. The right people will appear at the right time, and opportunities will align like puzzle pieces falling into place. You're not moving alone. Heaven is backing your every step. You've been tested enough to trust the voice that leads you now. You know when to move and when to stay still, when to speak and when to remain silent. You've learned to wait without worry and to move without fear. That spiritual maturity is your key. It's what separates the awakened from the unaware. You are no longer driven by emotion. You're guided by revelation. So as you take this next step, walk boldly, chosen one. Don't look back to prove your worth. You've already proven it through endurance. Don't rush to explain. Your results will do that for you. The divine doesn't announce, it reveals. You are about to be revealed in ways that will not only shock others, but also humble you, because you'll realize just how intentional God's hand has been all along. Comment 999 if you feel this word resonating in your spirit, because this is your confirmation. Your next move is sacred, strategic, and already blessed. Walk in silence, but with certainty. Heaven is waiting for you to step so it can release what's been held. The shift you've been sensing is not imagination, it's initiation. You're not entering a new chapter, you're stepping into a new dimension. So rise and move, chosen one. Move with purpose, move with peace, move knowing that this next decision, this next step will change everything. The time is now, the path is clear, and heaven has already declared your next move will shock everyone.